The views and comments expressed on the following radio program by its hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect the views of RMCOnAir.com or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Yes, sit and sip with Ceeyonce. What's poppin'? It's your girl Ceeyonce. Today is October 23rd, and we are here. And I'm so happy to be here. This is our 5th episode. Why is time going by so fast? I feel like it was just episode 1 of season 2, and we're still sipping during season 2. I have some really special people with me here today. As you guys know, my co-host is here, and we're ready to talk about being petty. How petty are you? Are you a petty crocker? Are you? You know what? Before I get too deep, let my co-host introduce herself, and then we'll come back to that in just a second. E, what's up?
Hey, it's your girl E, all around magical black girl. You can find me on the internet streets at That's Not My Name TV, That's Not My Name.net. So remember, twerk on that like button. Yes. Give me some subscribe love. And we actually have a very, very multi-talented, often emulated, never duplicated, guest in the house, the wonderful, pretty black rapper, writer.
Yes.
Normally, we ask for intros, but because you spit that hot fire, just hit us just a little taste. Just a little
wet my whistle.
You know?
Wet my whistle.
Gotcha. I never asked you to love me with every element of the earth. I just asked you for some water. Instead, you sucked me dry, left me with nothing for the next man to float in. See, loose lips, sink ships, there are 5 love languages, and the only one you were fluent in was bullshit. See, you left me to encompass everything of the earth, and you asked me, woman, I've seen you encompass all these things, but why have I never seen you cry? It's because I have oceans in my eyes, and I love you too much to let you drown in them.
Hey.
Hold up.
I had to have my phone all up in the air.
I wasn't ready for all that. Why do you have to do that? Where can they find you? Tell us where they can find you.
Where you can find me on all social media sites. My name is Pretty Black, BLAQ. Look it up. I'm on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, all of that.
Yes. Thank you. Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for hitting us with that reel.
Right.
So that was like 20 seconds of the realest stuff I've heard in a week. Okay, let me tell you.
A month. But you know,
what?
Got something. You got a sponsor.
We have a sponsor?
We keep growing up and growing up around here,
We
y'all.
have a sponsor. That's dope. Do you guys
what's
know
up.
how dope that is to have a sponsor? Yes. Our first sponsor.
Right. It's
Tell
Team
us about
Fresh.
our first.
So does that mean it's time for housekeeping?
Housekeeping. I need a little bell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring a bell. I'm gonna bring a bell.
So our sponsor is Team Fresh. They're hosting a party October 29th at the Pomona Fox Theater. We've got some very special guests. If you got that flyer, you can put it up now. We got Miss Trina, Rockstar, Los Angeles Confidential, a.k.a. The Game. We already know. Make sure you get your $20 pre-sale tickets. They only got 100. They got 100. That's it. After that, you paying $40 at the door.
There's
so
only 100
you better go to
tickets?
isteamfresh.net and copy your pre-sale tickets today. Okay? Wow. And of course, SASCW show. I messed that up, but it's okay. Right. Y'all know, we go together, guys. We go together.
Y'all know where to find us.
Yes.
Don't act like you don't.
But you can also send us an email at SASWCeeyonce show. Yes, that's the flyer. The flyer is hot. There we
Trina
go.
is actually, I saw her at this place a few weeks ago. But here's the information. So it's going to be hosted by Trina and the Game. And it's going to be in Pomona. And you know what's crazy? Our giveaway has something to do with this today. Oh,
you give it all away.
I be talking too much.
Yes, girl. You're doing too much right now.
My bad. Got a
But
little
make
bit of
sure you go to
cognition.
our Instagram. The flyer is there. All right. So that's all I got for housekeeping.
That's all you have?
That's all I got. You know what I'm saying.
Okay, well, look. Today's episode.
Right.
Today's episode. Are you petty? Those of you watching out there, if you are petty, I'm going to need you to call in and join this conversation because it's going to be a petty one. It's going to be extremely petty. And we're living in a petty culture today. A lot of people suffer from the petty white syndrome.
Real.
We got
It's
a lot
real.
of petty Murphys. We got the funny petty people.
Petty
We got
Pendergrass.
petty Pendergrass.
Soft and petty.
Soft and petty.
Right.
We got
Petticoat Junction.
What is that? I have no idea what that is.
Okay.
Is this like a young thing?
No.
Or is it like a, because I don't
It's an old thing. It's okay.
But we also have a lot of petty crockers. And you'll figure out which one those are when we get to the street talk. Because the streets stay talking. The streets stay talking. So I'm going to need you guys to join this conversation. Tell us about the pettiest thing you've ever done. Call in. What's that phone number? 323-965-1600. Hey, Millie. 1600. Hey, Millie, right? Hey.
1600. Hey.
Juju on that.
Make sure you guys call in. Yeah, I'm working on it too.
And it's just a little. My shoulder's got a
Yeah.
shoulder lean a little bit. You draw with it.
But call in and tell us about your pettiest moments and let us know
Please.
who you are. Are you Petty Pendergrass, Petty Murphy, Petty LaBelle,
No.
Petty Captain Petty? Like, who are you?
Before we're gonna pay some bills, but really quick, I wanted to get our guests. Are you petty? Yes or no?
I live for pettiness.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I do. I revel in it. I love it. It's like an icebreaker sometimes. You know what? Well,
We're gonna have to leave that on the table.
Let's go to this commercial. We got a little commercial for you guys, and we'll be right back. Make sure you
get your
sipping.
glass and keep
Cheers
up with
to
us,
the petty
guys.
crockers.
7:30 in the light.
Team Fresh is in the building, baby.
The sponsors,
Shout out to our
guys.
sponsor. That's going to be a really, really, really dope event. So if you guys don't have nothing to do for Halloween, people have been hitting me up. Like, what are you doing? That's what I'm going to do.
You already know.
So you guys definitely try to hit that up. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, pettiness. Have you been infected by pettiness?
Every day of my
Every
life.
day?
My millennial life.
Are you
Everybody's
guys
petty.
really
It's so
petty?
exhausting. Like, I mean, and then
gosh.
like I don't want to be petty, but then they just every time I think I'm out, they just suck me back in, and
Who
it's
is
like
they? Because they don't want to see you not be petty, I guess.
They don't want to see you.
They don't
win.
want to see you not
They
be
don't want
petty.
you to be
The
great.
internet. What
Nah.
about you? What do you feel, Pretty Black, that makes you petty?
it's just the way, and I'm unintentionally petty sometimes.
Okay.
Like, somebody sent me a birthday text, and my birthday was a few weeks ago, and they're like, "I don't F with you, but happy birthday," and I was
No,
like,
they
"Thank
didn't.
you," and then somebody was like, "Damn, that thank you was petty though." So it's like I'm
I saw
unintentionally
that.
petty.
But
And
that
it
thank
was
you
hilarious.
wasn't petty. I feel like
No,
right?
it was. You have to see the text because I just
Wait,
was
did you
like,
post
"You're
it?
a hot."
I feel
She
like-
posted it.
Okay, I did.
Hot
see it
mess.
then. But I didn't think. Did you only say thank you?
I only said thank you, but see, I didn't even realize I was being petty until somebody pointed that out to me.
But
and
how
I'm
was
like,
that being petty? If someone
It was
says I
just
don't
the
F with
way-
you, but happy birthday, and you say thank
Because
you.
it's like, thank you for not effing with me. Basically,
no, it's like
that's
thank
how
you
I
for
took
the
it.
happy birthday.
I guess it's like a double entendre. It could have went either way,
It
kind of
coulda.
No,
thing.
if you know her, you know. You know. That's what she meant.
Oh, well then, yeah, you had a little bitty petty Pendergrass in there, and then okay.
Yeah, that was a
That
slight
was a-
one. That
that
was
was a
slight.
slight.
That
You know
was
what?
slight.
Let's see what the streets had to say.
Yes.
Because the streets, they talking. They're always talking me down. We should gotta see what they're gonna say.
I know,
So let's
it's
go
gonna
ahead
be
and take a
crazy.
look at that street talk. If we got that, let's play it. What's your name and where you from?
My name is Amber Parker, and I'm from Riverside.
My name is Lindsay. I'm from Upland.
My name's Shauna and I'm from Ontario.
Mallory and I'm from Highland. My name is Nicole and I'm from Montclair.
Are you Petty Crocker, Petty Murphy, or Petty Pendergrass?
I want to say I'm Petty Pendergrass,
Okay, and why you say that?
because I'm a soft petty.
I'm just part of the petty squad because everybody got a little petty in them.
Neither. I'm Petty LaBelle.
Petty LaBelle. Why are you Petty LaBelle?
Because that's just the nickname I was given.
I guess Petty Crocker.
Why do you say that?
Because I let that shit cook overnight.
You let that shit cook overnight, okay.
Petty Crocker.
Petty Crocker, why do you say that?
Because I like to bake and simmer my shit up.
Okay. And what's... So we got 2 Petty Crockers,
Right.
1 Petty LaBelle,
And the petty Pendergrass.
and the Petty Pendergrass.
The soft. She was like, I'm a soft petty.
She's a soft petty. But see, those are the ones you got to watch out for because they come hardcore. If you're watching, call in 323-965-1600 and tell us what type of petty you are because there are different levels to pettiness. Some people are really out here to do this petty game, right?
Right.
And they said, you know, petty,
They live for it.
the Petty Crockers, they said that they were Petty Crocker because they let that shit cook overnight.
Right.
Let it simmer.
Right.
So what type of petty are you guys?
I think I'm definitely a Petty LaBelle.
Why?
I think I'm a diva of pettiness.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
I
Okay. And what does that entail? So you're high up with the pettiness.
I'm high on the meter, I guess
high
you
on
can
the
say.
meter. Okay.
It's like I don't do it every day, just when the situation calls for it. Like, are we talking about petty situations right
Yes,
now?
we are.
Right.
Okay, so I guess this one wasn't really too much shade. It was just like you could approach the person like, hey, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
But instead, because I was feuding with like a close friend, and I hit him up on the instant messenger on Facebook, and it was like a paperclip, and I was like, took a picture of the paperclip and was like, here, you left this at my house. I mean, did you want me to throw it away or not? So that was kind of like,
Look, take notes. All you petty people
that
at
was
home
like
who
an
want to upgrade the pettiness. Take some notes.
so you're right. So it's like that was probably one of the pettiest things I did,
You
but it
know,
was also an icebreaker, kind of
You
a funny
guys,
thing.
please call in. Now, I didn't know that there was this type of pettiness out there.
Yes.
This
It's an
is like-
epidemic.
it is.
It's
I
an
feel like we
epidemic.
should have like a pettiness awareness month.
Ayanla needs to do a Fix My Petty.
Yes.
She needs to help
Right,
people.
yes.
Carla,
Submit me.
I'm
Submit me.
submit you.
I'm sorry. Submit me.
Just make sure you drop some bars like every few seconds on the show.
Right.
So we can get some.
That is insane. That is insane. So, what are you?
I mean, I range. I don't really get that high because, like, I really don't have a lot of the F's to give at the end of the day.
Okay.
But I am probably a petty Murphy because I'm
Petty
silly.
Murphy,
Like, people
okay.
think I'm serious, but I'm really silly. So my
Okay.
pettiness is definitely like, I can't do the Eddie Murphy laugh, but like,
Right.
That's me. All day.
Okay. And I think I would be a little bit of the petty white. Because I love Betty White, and she's
Okay.
like the real Betty White, not Rose from the Golden Girls,
Right.
but, you know, not her character, but who she actually is. She has a smart mouth, and she's very sweet, but then it's like, wait, are
Wait,
you
did you
coming
just-
for me?
did
Or
you just
are you real? Did you
snatch
really
my
mean thank
edges?
you? Or, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, you know, your attention span is, you know, just as short as your edges. So, you know, it's like little stuff like that.
Love it.
You know, so
Love it.
it's just something to think about. But I think the streets had a little bit more to say.
Yeah.
A little bit more to say. Let's go ahead and finish seeing what they were talking about.
It up.
Okay. And what's the pettiest thing you've ever done or thought about doing?
Well, I don't know if this is considered petty, but I was at Six Flags with my husband, and it was these group of ratchet girls was looking and being loud and was like, "Oh, he's fine," and all that. So what I did, I slowly went over to him and just grabbed him, stared at them at each and every one of them, kissed him on his neck, and then just turned around. He didn't know what I was doing, but I knew.
Well, the pettiest thing I've ever done was I had this best friend who ended up blocking me on everything. So I got on my other best friend's sister Snapchat just so she could see me.
Sent my ex a picture of me and my new dude, or when I canceled his PS3, or yeah, that's enough.
The pettiest thing I ever did was I had a cousin whose ex-girlfriend, she would be like really insecure about her body, and so one day I was like, oh, I went to Victoria's Secret and like I went up a bra size, and so she grabbed me. Mind you, I was not wearing a bra, and she grabbed me and she's like, it's not that big. So then the next day I gave her one of my old bras and it was really cute. She's like, oh my gosh, is this for me? It's really cute. And I was like, yeah, it doesn't fit me anymore.
The pettiest thing one of the pettiest things I've ever done was I had this best friend. He was a guy, and his girlfriend did not fuck with me. So I used to always be up at his house, just to get her mad, and I would call his parents, mom and dad, and be like, yes, bitch.
Can men...
Wow. These street talkers are all it's a range of pettiness though. Like
they're pretty
all
petty.
Different types of petty.
They trumped
pretty
me.
petty.
They trumped me.
But what did we call it before there was the word petty? What did we call it?
Catty. Yeah, that was,
Catty.
and it wasn't something that you wanted to be. You know, now people revel. Like if they say, "Oh, they were having catty conversations," like, "Oh, clutch my invisible pearls." No, you did not call me catty. You know what I'm saying? But now it's cool. It's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm so petty." Girl.
Right. Ooh,
Like,
you petty.
Ooh,
Yeah, I am.
you know.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell y'all who I blame later, but you know.
Okay. All right.
I'm a hold.
But no, I honestly feel like we all have a little bit of pettiness in us, and it comes from just that bite back. You know, I don't. You're just kind of cruel if you just go up to someone and you're petty for no reason. But I feel like petty. It's a petty eat petty world type of thing, you know. So you bite back at certain people who come for you. So I feel like that's okay.
I think it is, but when you look at the actual definition of petty, it means like trivial, menial, like
really,
yeah, and like we all. Like, nobody knows the day and time that you're going to die. Like, we don't know the day or the hour that it's going to happen.
Well,
but we all know we're going to die.
There?
This is where I'm going. This is where I'm going with this.
Okay,
because I'm trying to help these petty people. I'm trying to at least give them some.
I'm like,
you don't know. Life is too short to be doing trivial stuff. Like, do stuff that matters.
Right.
Okay, I'm not trying to grow up and glow up yet. Okay. But I'm just saying for all y'all petty people out here who thought it was going to be a petty party.
We're getting there.
You're going to get a little something.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, we always got to grow up and glow up.
Always.
I think we have a little bit more street talk.
Yes.
Let's see what else they had to say.
See what the streets was talking about. Sip.
Keep sipping.
Can men be petty as well?
No.
Why do you say that?
Because if they are, that's just awkward. But like the reason why I say no, because men are supposed to be masculine.
Can men be petty as well?
Yes, because they have female tendencies, so everybody can be petty.
No, I feel like that's a female trait. Like,
really?
No.
Why do you say that?
Because that's something females do. Like, if a man do it, that's just like so unattractive.
Yes. Why do you say that?
I feel like being petty, like anybody can do it because it's just to be vindictive.
Yes.
Why do you say that?
Because they just could.
Has a man ever been petty to you?
No, because I'll be petty right back.
Why are you so petty?
I'm a quiet petty because don't mess with my man, don't mess with my money, and don't mess with my family.
I'm only petty when I get bored.
I'm petty because people make me this way.
I don't think I'm that petty, but if you get under my skin.
Okay.
Because it's fun.
Wait a minute. Now, one of them said, I'm only petty when I'm bored.
Right.
Yeah. Now, that's just adding a little spice, a little seasoning to your life. You don't think so?
Like, I'm torn, literally, because there's been instances where I saw something that I was like, that's not right. But I'm like, but it's funny, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's I'm torn, and I'm just like, I need to grow up and glow up, because, like...
So but you understand,
it's literally, I'm torn, because, I'm usually, like... either on one side or the other. I'm so torn on this petty situation.
Some stuff I don't feel like you should be torn, because it's like if they're doing it for fun and it's like you're laughing at stuff, like okay, that's cool, but if someone is really coming for someone's life and livelihood, which we might get into a little bit soon with the game, I feel like that's not even being petty anymore. You're just being a bit like a straight up cruel person.
Okay, so our last young lady who talked about her petty situation, I was like, that's living dangerous, because you don't mess with nobody, man, though. She was like, he was my best friend. Yeah, you knew him first, but he got a girl now. Right. So, girl, you don't know what she's capable of. Like, she might just jump out the bushes and carve you with that Zero.
Right.
Hit you with that
maybe
Z.
she's just
you know,
as
you
crazy.
don't know.
Maybe she's just as crazy, because if you're going to do something that petty, then you ready for whatever it is.
But why even put yourself in that situation? You know what I'm saying?
She was bored.
I'm just saying, you're going to be bored looking like Leatherface. I don't know. Wearing that Halloween 365 days a year. I don't mess with people's man. I know, the side chick nation goes hard. Y'all do you. But, if you come for mine, you might. I might catch a body.
Stand up.
That's all I'm saying.
How do you feel, Pretty Black? Do you feel like Do you feel like there's a line? Are you torn like E, or do you kind of agree with
it's a line. I'm not so much as torn, but it's definitely a line. You don't talk about nobody's kids. You don't talk about like you don't just get cutthroat with it. It's because when I think of pettiness, I think of something that is a little more lighthearted. That's a little more
it's lighthearted.
Yeah, you know, just something, you know, kind of entertainment kind of a thing. So I feel once you get to that point where you're intentionally trying to destroy somebody's character or hurt their feelings to no end, it's like stop.
Right.
So
it's like
that's
not
the
petty anymore.
That's too much petty.
Yeah.
Right.
I had a real problem. When I was watching this, I kind of shook my head because when they say, can men be petty? And they were like, "Oh man, no, that's a female trait." So you just gonna stump all over on our ovaries like that and say like we're the only ones who can be? No. First off, don't use the F word at me. I am not a feminist. Okay, I'm just me. You know what I'm saying? But you see the fist on the shirt. I go hard for my skin. I go hard for my ovaries. You are not gonna say only women can be petty because think about the pettiest situation in your life. I guarantee a dude was somehow involved in that pettiness.
But that, all right.
Think about it.
But
I know some.
I'm like, but
I'm just saying, like, when they say like, oh, males shouldn't be jealous, that's a female trait. Like, I'm like, really? Because y'all, just because we might manifest it in one way, you know, I'm trying not to get off the path, but I'm gonna try to bring myself back. But we might manifest it in one way, but y'all manifested in anger. Y'all manifested, that's still petty.
Right.
I have male friends who actually they are proud of holding the reigning title as King, Captain, Petty, Lieutenant Petty. They love it. They love it just as much as women do. I know.
We got some guests. You gotta come.
You can chime in.
Come on.
She's dying. Come on. Whoever you want to sit next to.
The most petty
people
in the world are men, okay? And the only way, we can't curse on here, huh?
Yeah, you can say what you want.
The only way to get their asses off of you is to come back. And we try to be nice and we're protective.
Yes.
And we won't, go after our kings.
Right.
Oh, hell no. Go. That's the only. Because when they know you're not petty, they're going to run circles around you.
They're going to run petty circles around you.
But it don't make no sense because you can have an arsenal on them. And you sitting there like,
that's true.
But I have to be ladylike.
Right.
No. Oh, no. I'm going to tell on your ass.
Yes.
I'm going to tag everybody that needs to know that I'm friends with. Not that.
See, you on some petty LaBelle. You get into the top of the petty.
Because I
feel you. Sometimes you gotta go
I'm
there.
gonna tag everybody. Need to. I'm calling your mama. I'm calling your pastor.
Yeah,
I'm
like
all the deacons and the usher board.
I've had to get 2 people off of me. And they were men, and they were coming after him, for years.
Right.
I had to finally say,
let them know.
Okay,
enough is enough.
Yeah,
you have to let them know.
This is what the real deal is. I had to tell on them to get them off of me because otherwise, my story was being written by petty people.
That is true.
Yeah.
So you can't let petty people write your story.
Hey, you're getting too deep now.
Right.
Okay, so that's towards the end. The grow up and glow up. That's how we don't want to hit them over the head
when
with
it
all that
doesn't matter, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But when it's writing your story, rewriting your story for you, or writing your story for your children, you have to tell on their asses.
Yes.
And it's done. After that it's done. You don't keep going after them because they don't
Do we
matter.
have any callers? Anybody agree or disagree with that?
That's what I had to say because I was on
Yes, thank you. We needed that.
Petty poppin'.
Now we have a meme, right?
Petty Poppins? Do we have a meme?
Ooh, Petty Poppins.
Petty Poppins, you like that one?
I want to be her.
Yeah,
Maybe she's practically
like
perfect
that.
and petty.
Petty Poppins? No, we don't have a meme, but we are going to get into this game.
All right,
because
let's
we
get
did
into
have a
this
Petty
game.
Poppins pop in. So, you want to explain this game for us?
Okay, so we have your standard petty meter. You guys all need to get one so you can know when you're doing too much. Okay? You can get them on email us. They only cost $29.99, 3 payments. I got you.
3 payments.
But here we have some different levels of petty. So we got Petty Pendergrass here at the bottom. Petty Murphy. Then over here is heating up with Petty Crocker. And we got Petty LaBelle and Captain Petty at the very top. All right? So what we're going to do is look at some people with some classic beefs that we might all know about it. Don't worry. C is going to explain it to you if you don't. And then from there, we're going to gauge how petty those situations are. So are y'all ready? You can play at home. When you get it, just take a sip. There's no right or wrong answer. Just sit in between, okay? All right. Y'all ready for the petty?
Kim Kardashian West, Kanye West, and Taylor Swift. Now, if you don't know about this beef was when Taylor got upset at the fact that Kanye called her a bitch in one of his songs. Or he said, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. I made that bitch famous. Right.
Yes.
Now, Kim, that wasn't the petty part, because the petty part came when Kim decided to post videos of Kanye West calling Taylor Swift and seeing if she was okay with him saying that lyric, because she came out and said that she wasn't.
She said that she wasn't, but then on the video she was like, "Oh, it's all about the art."
And she's like, "I appreciate you calling me. Thanks so much." But then she tried to say he didn't say that he was going to call her a bitch, or he didn't say the exact lyric or something of that sort. So the petty part came when Kim came in and said, "You know what? No, my man sure did call you, and here's what he said, and here is how it went."
She was doing all of that.
So what do my ladies in the studio feel? Was Kim petty Pendergrass, petty Murphy, petty Crocker, petty LaBelle, petty Kroger?
I feel like it was petty Murphy, because I feel like it was justified. I think when you start getting into the Captain Petty territory, maybe you're just doing too much.
Right.
But I feel like it was hella funny.
Right.
It was hella justified, though he didn't have to use the B word to refer to her. If you said it was okay, then, and I think like our Petty Poppin said today, if they're rewriting your story, then you gotta clap back.
Yeah, there you go. Pretty Black, what do you feel?
I'm gonna hit her with the Petty Crocker.
Petty Crocker. Okay.
Hit her with the Petty Crocker. Because she strategically cooked that video up.
Right.
She was like, I'm gonna set you straight about my man.
Right.
This is what he did, and this is what you said. So we're gonna go with Petty
And
Crocker.
I had it at Petty LaBelle, just because I feel like she's a diva. So she did it with such diva-esque-ness.
Yeah,
you know, she came through exactly. It was really tastefully done. Tastefully done. Okay, let's look at who we have our next beef. Classic. Mr. Trap himself and Mrs.
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia Sierra. So, if you don't know about their beef, then you've been living under some type of rock, okay? Because their beef is, she was with him, they had a baby, they broke up, he slammed her name, she slandered his name, and now she's married to Russell Wilson, and she's playing stepdaddy. No, she's not pregnant. Okay, we don't even have time. This is not entertainment tonight. We don't have time for that. But the petty part, we gotta call her. Okay, you know what? Let's stop the game really quick.
Let's hear what our caller has to say.
We gotta talk to this caller. Let's hear what the caller has to say. Thank you for calling Citizen with Ceeyonce.
Hello.
Hi.
Who's calling?
This is Erin.
Hey.
Hi.
Are you petty?
I'm a little petty.
A little petty.
About Kim Kardashian.
A little petty.
We got another. Somebody said a little. I heard another voice on the line.
A little. Okay, so what do you feel about Kim Kardashian? Was she super petty, or like what level petty was she at?
I feel like she wasn't petty at all.
No?
I feel like it was. I agree.
Feel like I was her husband, and I think she knew what type of person Taylor Swift was, so she was ready. She stayed ready, so she didn't have to get ready.
Right. Okay. So she wasn't too petty then. You think that was justified, so it wasn't petty at all.
I think Taylor Swift is petty.
Oh, then that's a twist. That's a twist. Okay, well, thank you for calling in.
But wait, we got a gift for you because you're our only caller today. Our sponsors are gifting you with 2 entries to the Thriller 4, October 29th party. You will be on the list. No line, no wait. Now you have to hit us up on our Facebook page, the Sip and Sip with Ceeyonce Facebook page. Send us a message so we can get your name and your guest name, put you on the list, all right?
All right, thank you.
All right. Thanks for calling. Love you.
Love you.
Bye. Love them. Okay. Well, thank you guys. Back to the Sierra and Future. Now, I think our caller gave a really good perspective because she did say Taylor Swift is the petty one. Because you could have just... I feel like people started to amp her up like, oh, you going to let him call you that? And then all of a sudden, now it's a problem. But
you didn't know you had the receipts, so you was lying your butt. But that's just being like a habitual liar then. Like
on both ends. I think it's a mixture of both.
Right.
Pettiness and lying.
Playing victim.
Right. When maybe he did make you famous. Who knows? Okay, so Sierra and Future. I feel like in that situation, I feel like they were both being petty. I feel like Future was just Captain Petty because how the social media came down on him with Russell Wilson. I feel like he was Captain Petty. What do you guys think?
I feel like he was Captain Petty. I feel like Sierra was also like petty clapback, but she did it a little bit more subtle.
She did.
And it amplified his pettiness because she was so subtle.
Right. Okay, Pretty Black, what do you feel?
Of course, I think he's off the Richter scale right now. He was. It was just so unnecessary. Like everything that he was doing. If he would have just played it like a little more cooler, then you wouldn't look as bitter. So he just looked bitter. It was petty. Like she was probably like a petty Pendergrass level to me.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, it's about that time.
It's about that time, guys.
To grow up and glow up. Grow up and glow up.
Guys, okay. I agree with Petty Poppins, right? You have to pick and choose your petty. Know what's worth going after, but then exercise some graciousness because sometimes those doors close, they close for a reason. You being gracious will open other opportunities or even eliminate some loser out of your life by ignoring them instead of keeping them coming back and feeding the flames. So just know the difference. Grow up and glow up. Pretty Black.
Man, so I have to piggyback off of that. Some situations call for it, all situations don't, and you definitely do have to choose your battles. Keep it lighthearted. I mean, to me, like again, when I think of pettiness, it's something for fun, entertainment. It's not to intentionally cut or hurt somebody. So grow up in that aspect.
So keep it light.
Grow up and glow up. Ceeyonce.
Well, I always got to bring it back to self-love. And definitely, if you're in a good space where you're supposed to be, then I don't see nothing wrong with being petty. I feel like if you're being petty because you have a lot of negative energy and you're just trying to put that out there, then you're doing it for all the wrong reasons. It's okay if someone claps at you to clap back, but you also need to not be too bothered at the same time. Like E said, you don't have a lot of F's to give. So maintain your own personal peace. And if you feel like one day you want to be a little bit petty just to throw a little extra spice in your life, then okay. But don't be too bothered because they want to see you be bothered. They don't want to see you not be bothered, right? So we got to make sure that even within your pettiness, you have an understanding of what you're feeling and you're always on the same page with yourself, okay? Forget what everybody else is talking about, but definitely always maintain that good relationship and good standing with yourself so that whatever energy you're putting out there, whether it be petty, positive, is going to come back to you, right?
Right.
So, can you tell them where they're going to find you one more time?
That's not my name.net. That's not my name TV. Twerk on that like button. Subscribe, love. I'll see y'all on the internet.
And Pretty Black, where can they find you?
Pretty Black Snaps on Snapchat. Pretty Black everything BLAQ. Let me just put the card up there.
Snap. Y'all go ahead and screenshot that right quick.
Screenshot it. That's where you can find me.
Book her now.
Call for bookings, inquiries, all of that.
Shameless plug.
And please be sure to tune in next week. We are talking about # relationship goals. I'm excited about this one. I've been single for too long. So let's see what kind of advice I can give people who are out there looking for those relationship goals. Until next week, stay hungry, stay humble, and stay focused. I'll see you guys. Have a good week. Bye.
I'm from a block where niggas cut rock and count pesos. Just to have a roof overhead, we so grateful. A place where Timbs, Chucks, and Jordans beat the pavement. Modern day enslavement for so much more than what we do. A place where dreams are being killed with AK-47 assault rifles, 9mm and 22s. Health is declining, low is insurance, and high are the taxes. I'm from a place where police use forceful tactics and black males is target practice. I'm from a place where any news is bad news. Trap house on every block, put there to do nothing but capture and trap you. I'm from a place place where my people go unnoticed, man. They'll walk right past you. I'm from a place where police don't protect and serve, but will kill and harass you. I'm from a place where stick-up kids will scope you out, rob and attack you. I'm from a place where they will Martin Luther, Bobby Seale, Huey Newton, Sean Bell, Oscar Grant, El Hajj, Malik El Shabazz you. But don't get it twisted. Things ain't always what they seem. We are not a depressing people. We come from kings and queens. So the hell with being a thread in the American quilt when we are busting right through the very seams. I come from a place where hopes and dreams are reality. Minds are wealthy. Panthers are black, and so are airmen from Tuskegee. Buffalo soldiers fought the front line. I come from a bloodline of leaders, trailblazers, innovators, and abolitionists. I come from a gold mine of talent, a Harlem Renaissance that sparked a movement, gave birth to enlightenment, and resurrected my people. I come from warriors and tribesmen and movers and shakers. I come from a place where I was taught that my faith can move mountains. I come from stargazers and dreamers, believers, inventors, and poets and lovers. I come from a place where cooking is from the soul and every ingredient matters. I come from hurt and strife and pain and blood and sweat and tears and mamas and daddies and babies and families and love. I come from a beautiful people. I come from greatness.